So I believe that we really are seeing, just like the Bible said, there'd be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. There'd be distress among nations and confusion. We see all of that happening right now, Gary. We really believe it is a prophetic moment.
In this video, we will explore the mystery behind the return of Jesus Christ and the prophecies of the apocalypse that seem to be coming true right before our eyes. From rivers turning red like blood to wars erupting globally, and even people claiming to be the Messiah, it's a lot to take in. So if you've stumbled upon these stories on TikTok or in the news and wondered what's going on, you're in the right place. Join us as we dive into signs pointing to the end of times, backed by our extensive research. Rise in wars and conflicts. Matthew 24, verse 6-7 says, "And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." It's clear. Conflicts between nations like China and Russia, and also the war between Israel and Palestine that's going on since October 2023, is a clear indication of end times. But don't let this news scare you. Some of what we hear is true and some are just rumors. Jesus told us that these things would happen. As tensions in the world increase, it's important to stay spiritually prepared and ready for the return of Christ. Increasing natural disasters. One cannot deny that we're seeing more natural disasters. Just like verse 7 of that same chapter says, "And there will be famines and earthquakes in various places." Earthquakes are popping up all over the world. For instance, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit Turkey and Syria on February 6, 2023. This is a clear indication that the prophecy is coming true to life. No one wants floods or forest fires. It's tough to see, and we need to help those affected. But as these events become more common, Jesus tells us, do not be afraid. These things are happening to show us that the end is near and Jesus is coming back to fix what went wrong in the Garden of Eden. Rising famine across the globe. Now brace yourselves, because the signs aren't just limited to natural disasters. We're also seeing an increase in famine. A UN report reveals that since 2019, an additional 122 million people have suffered from hunger due to various crises. Shockingly, the latest research shows that around 735 million people are currently hungry, compared to 613 million in 2019. This growing hunger is a clear indication of the times we're in. It's a distressing reality, and as the numbers continue to rise, it becomes even more crucial for us to recognize these signs. These troubling statistics remind us of the urgent need for change and restoration in the world. Rise of false prophets. Throughout history, there have been individuals who claim to be the reincarnation or second coming of Jesus Christ. These claims can arise for various reasons, and the influence of these figures can also vary widely. While some may have only a small following, others can lead to the formation of new religious movements. Even within Christianity, some have challenged the established view of Jesus. For instance, some early Mormon leaders like Arnold Potter claimed a connection to Jesus' spirit. More recently, figures like Henri Cristo in Brazil and David Koresh, the leader of the Branch Davidians, have made similar claims. Often, these individuals offer unique interpretations of Scripture or teachings that set them apart from mainstream Christianity. These false prophets and people claiming to be the Messiah are becoming more prevalent. As verse 11 warns, "And many false prophets will arise and lead many astray." That's why we must stay strong in our beliefs. Jesus tells us, "My sheep know the shepherd's voice," and he's talking about himself. Now, the reasons for such men claiming to be Jesus can vary greatly. Some may genuinely believe they are a chosen figure, while others may be motivated by a desire for power or control. Therefore, it is very important to be careful and thoughtful when we hear about these claims. Drying up of the Euphrates. Another major sign that is coming true, making people believe that the end might be near, is the drying up of the Euphrates. Iraq, known for its oil, is facing poverty because of years of war, droughts, and land turning into desert. The Euphrates River, connected to the biblical Garden of Eden, is slowly drying up, and this has big religious implications. Starting in Turkey and flowing through Syria and Iraq, the river's flow has been cut back a lot because of human actions. Turkey is now giving only 200 cubic meters of water per second to Syria, instead of the agreed 500. This reduction is causing serious problems. Water levels in Syrian dams are dropping, there's less land for farming, and it's harder to get clean drinking water, putting 9 million Syrians who live near the river at risk. In Iraq, the lack of rain has led to much smaller wheat and barley crops and dried up orange and date palm farms. The country is losing its farming routes and needs to import more grain. This can ultimately lead to famine, once again, showing a sign of the end of the time, as we have already discussed before. The shrinking Euphrates, a river that played a big part in the start of civilization, has people around the world worried. The book of Revelation even talks about its drying as a sign of the end times. Everyone needs to come together to solve this big issue. Rivers turning red. Lastly, the world is witnessing a bizarre and worrying trend. Rivers and bodies of water are mysteriously turning red, raising fears of an impending apocalypse. In Saudi Arabia, a video is making the rounds showing rivers with a blood-red color. Many people see this as a sign that the end times are near. Some think it's a punishment from God, while others say it's just dyed water. This concern grows, especially after the locust invasion that hit the Grand Mosque in April 2023. Russia is facing a similar mystery. A Siberian river has turned a startling shade of red. Satellite images reveal a complete absence of life along its banks. Authorities are working hard to figure out what's causing this strange change. Okinawa, Japan isn't immune to this phenomenon either. A river there has turned a disturbing shade of red, alarming the local residents. Even though the BBC has explained why this might have occurred, mainly due to the large industries of Japan, many are still worried that this could be a sign of the end of the world. In Turkey, a powerful earthquake turned the river's blood red, reminding people of the first plague in Egypt. So far, nobody knows why the water changed color. Quite strange, isn't it? Moreover, residents in Wenzhou, China woke up to find their river had turned blood red too. After the water changed color, a strange smell was reported, adding to the mystery. Many people took to social media, worrying that this was a direct sign from God. And finally, in northern Indiana, a river has also turned red. This event brings to mind the biblical story where the waters turned to blood, a sign of the end times. All these signs are hard to ignore, right? Rivers turning red, the rise of false prophets. It all sounds like something out of a movie. Whether you think these are warnings from above or just strange natural events, they make us stop and think about what's happening. What do you think they mean for our world today? Do you believe that the end times are near? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking videos. Thank you for watching.